and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory and honor and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, Kodash, Barakatham. That honor to my apostles, great millstones. Salutations to the acumen of four corners, pushing his truth in all sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling. As I Tazawan coming back with another generous fruit of knowledge through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God or the Messiah, or God or the Most High, or Yahweh. All right, but his Hebrew name is Yahweh, which means he is, okay, or he to be. The name of the only begotten Son, Yahushai, which his Hebrew name means he delivers or he saves, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ or the Messiah or Yeshua, okay? His proper name is Yahushai, okay? Yahweh, Wa Yahushai. Those are the names that we must call upon so we can be delivered from the evils that's forth to come, whether it be by pestilence, whether it be by tornado, whether it be by earthquakes, whether it be by famines, okay, martial law, okay. Yahweh Bashem Yahshua is the names you want to call on and pray upon and believe in, okay, so you can be delivered and saved up out of this hellhole that we're living in, okay. The second coming of Yahushai, all right. Now we're in the time of the Passover, all right. Now the Lord is going to come back again, all right, and deliver the hopeful elect this time out of Egypt. Like the scripture says in Jeremiah the 16th chapter, it will be not said. Let me grab that real quick. What is it? Jeremiah, I think it's Jeremiah 16. Jeremiah, that's why the names are very important. In Acts it says that there's no name under the heaven where we might be saved. So this is Jeremiah 16, and I hope I'm right. Yes, I am. 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. And that was during the Passover. All right, this evening is currently going to be the Passover. And what happened in the Passover is that the Lord passed over the Israelites from judgment, where you put the blood on your doorposts and upon your lintels. And that's a representation of Yahweh's blood now today that's covering the hopeful elect this time. Okay? They left up out of Egypt by the way of the chariot, which was Yahushai. 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter. You can read that, and it explained that that rock was Yahushai. Okay? So now, speed up until today, that's gonna, that same how could I say it? That same man, which is Yahushua, is going to deliver the children of Israel once again, but it's going to be where? But the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from the land, and from all the lands whether he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I have gave unto their fathers. Okay, so back in the time of Egypt, Moses, we were delivered by Yahushua. Now this go around in the land of the north, which is what? North America. All right, we're gonna be delivered again. But you got to call upon those names. And this is a very serious time that we're in right now. Okay? This is a very serious, solemn point in the movie. Okay, is the Passover. All right? That we want to be exempt from judgment. Okay? The word mark in Ezekiel the 9th chapter, the wa, which means to be exempt from judgment. Okay? Or you could say to have a hedge. We want that hedge around us. That hedge that was around the land of Goshen when the plagues of Egypt, when the 10 plagues of Egypt was happening. The lice, okay, the blood in the water, the blood in the river, okay, the darkness. What's another word for the darkness? What was happening in the darkness? Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. In the Apocrypha, it says it, the apparitions, okay? The frogs, the locusts, the firstborn being put to death. All those ancient judgments of Egypt, the plagues of Egypt, is going to come back now today. Okay? And we're seeing it slowly but surely. Okay? Throughout these years, we're seeing certain signs of the plagues of Egypt. Okay? So we know that the Lord is going to come back and deliver the children of Israel, but beginning with the hopeful elect this time. So that's why you want to call upon those names. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ukashah, Ba'ukashah, Hawashai, Nawa, Mayan, Rai, deliver us from evil, you know, or deliver me from evil, you know. So you got to call upon those names, man. Okay? Don't listen to these other camps when they say Christ and Jesus and Yo Plate Yogurt and all these other bullshit names, man. ISUPK, Captain Crunch, Captain Zariak is saying that the name Yahweh is just a name, or it's just a title. That's a lie. Don't be believing these false prophets, man. Okay? So, I said enough. Now, I'm going to read this precept one more time, and I'm going to jump into my lesson. Okay? So, this is 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter. And I'm going to actually start from the 6th verse, and I'm going to read into my point. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and it's full of good things. Okay? That broad field is the world. That city is talking about the kingdom of heaven. Okay? The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, which that is a representation of the affliction, the trials, the temptations. Because remember, it said there's no damn, what does it say in Acts? It says, let me think, it's at the tip of my tongue. Goodness. It's in Acts. Shit, it's in Acts. It's in Acts. I know it says something about tribulation. Oh, with much tribulation. Okay? It says, with much tribulation shall thou enter into the kingdom of heaven. If I'm saying it properly. It's in Acts. A brother can post it up on the comments when I upload this. Okay? So it says, through much tribulation shall thou enter into the kingdom of heaven. Okay? So this is what is explaining in 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, where we're speaking about the water on one side and the fire on the other side. Okay? And ultimately it's for a purging. Okay? When we go through our hell, it's to purge us. Water cleanses, and guess what? Fire does as well. So that's the affliction, the persecution, and ultimately it's to purge us, to strengthen our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? So it says the fire on the right and the left, a deep water. And here's my point in verse 8. And only one path between them both. Okay? Which is known as the straight gate. Okay? It is in Matthew, I believe, the 7th chapter, where it speaks about the straight gate, which is a place of difficulty. Okay? And this is what you're supposed to teach as being a man of the Lord, or a prophet, or a shepherd. A shepherd is supposed to feed the sheep, feed the flock, and as well as guide them. Okay? We're to guide you, guide your minds, guide your spirit on the things that's going to take place. Okay? So you can be in the right vibration when things kick off. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thine times. So having an understanding of these scriptures, this is a better way that you can walk through the destruction that's about to take place. Because you're going to be walking through as Eli, right? With faith. You know, the book of Eli. He was walking by faith. Okay? And that's how we got to walk. All right? We got to have the scriptures within our inward parts. And this is an individual fight. That's what this lesson is about. This is an individual fight. Okay? I'm not fighting for the brother Yashar Gabar in the camp. I'm not fighting for him. Okay? I love the brother. Love him dearly. You know? And I pray and hope that he makes it. But guess what? That's his fight. Whatever demons that fucks with him and whatever afflictions that he goes through, he has to fight on his own. Okay? Like with the rest of us, with the apostles, the elders. I'm 100% sure Apostle Elder Gabar, Apostle Elder Ramla, Apostle Elder Tahar, Apostle Elder Racha. Okay? And I kind of jumped up the order, Salakia, which is Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Racha, Elder Apostle Ramla. Okay? Proper order. They're not fighting for one another. They're fighting so they can be delivered. Okay? And that's what we got to keep in our mind. Hey, this is an individual fight. Okay? Okay, so let me go back to this precept. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Okay, only one man can go there at once. So there ain't no holding hands into the kingdom. This is an individual fight. Endure hardness as a good soldier. Okay, the word soldier goes back to being solitary, being alone. Because we are alone in our minds. We are alone in our own individual relationship with Yahweh or Why Yahweh Shai, right? We must establish a relationship with Yahweh Bashim El Shai individually. And individually, okay, which is ultimately Voltron and bring everything together as a body, you know. But this is ultimately an individual fight. Now we need the body, we need the members, brothers that have certain penny measures and, you know, certain measurements that helps the body to move smoothly. But ultimately it's an individual fight. Okay, if we all individually fight, let's just say in the camp, if we all individually fighting for Yahweh Shem Al Shai our own, it makes the body move smoothly, so to speak. You have brothers that exhort, you got brothers that rebuke, you got brothers that, you know, prophesy, you got brothers that has their own different lot and measurement in this thing. But ultimately it's a individual fight. Okay, you in a body, you got a body of men, but ultimately it's a individual fight. Okay, and this is why we can't be respected persons. We can't have we got to treat everybody in a sense of equal. Everybody is a brother. Everybody is fighting for that penny, you know. But now if a man falls out, this is why you got to remember, this is your fight. Because I've seen it happen. Men fall out, and other men that was buddy with them and loved them and things like that, they begin to wither away because they were so fucked up that work was burned, so to speak. 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. Okay? So it says, if there, verse 9, it says, if this city now we were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So there's danger right before the kingdom of heaven. That's that tribulation. With much tribulation shall thou enter into the kingdom of heaven. If I'm saying it the proper way, it's in Acts. Okay? So there's danger, and then there is salvation. Okay? But you got to walk that tightrope on your own. When you're going through a tightrope, you know, the little tightrope, you don't see people on the side of them. It's a straight, is that straight path, as the precept says. Okay? 1 Corinthians, I believe it's 1 Corinthians. Was it? That's no, it's Corinthians. I believe it's 2 Corinthians though. Let me see. 2 Corinthians. First Corinthians. First Corinthians 10 and 13, there has no temptation taken you but such as is common to man. So we all going to fight. We all got our own individual fight. Okay, there's no temptation taking you such as common to man. So we all individually going through something. Okay. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So it's an individual fight, and the Lord knows on how much heat and pressure to put on you. Okay, so you could always have that relief when things go down. You know, that room to breathe. You know, when you're going through hell, the Lord always gives you that room to breathe, and that room to breathe is ultimately faith. Okay, you got to understand, this is why I'm going through this. This is why I'm going through that. Okay, Yahweh Shema Shai said you ain't going to put nothing too much that I ain't going to be able to handle. So obviously, whatever you put me through is for me. I got to go through it. And I got to find that light in the dark place, so to speak, which is faith. All right? But let me quote this one more time, and I'm going to pull off. 2 Ezra 7 and 8, it says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at a time. Okay? And only one man could go in at a time. Okay? Which lets me know that, in a sense, I got to look out for myself. You know? It's a brotherhood. I love the brotherhood. I love the brothers. And I will do everything in my power to exhort and to lift up brothers. And when it comes to rebuke and cussing Jake out for whatever reason, I will do that to strengthen them, you know, to get them back on track. That's what a shepherd is for, you know. So when a shepherd, when you're a shepherd has a shepherd stick, and what he does is he hit the sheep on top of the head if they're going in the wrong direction, you know. And that is in a sense of rebuking and chastising, you know, a shepherd's hook. So when the shepherd is about to, you know, fall off a cliff or something, use the shepherd's hook to grab him by the neck and yank him to safety, you know. That's in the sense of, you know, rebuking or whatever, you know. But let me bring out a precept. I got some precept written down. So let's get Philippians, the 2nd chapter, in the 2nd verse. Okay. So this is Philippians 2:12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, out your own salvation with fear and trembling." Okay? So our apostles, our elders, our heads and things like that showed us the way. They've given us the scriptures. They've given us the precepts. They gave us the blueprint. This is what this is about. This is what you must do. You must study. You must research. You're going to go through hell, so on and so forth. So you gotta become a new man, this, that, and the third. You know, you gotta go through your hell. See, the hell that we go through shapes us to become new men. You know? So the scripture says work out your own salvation. We don't like, you know, if you've been around your elders, you know, you be on your best behavior, right? So how much more being on your best behavior when you're not around anyone, when you're by yourself, when you're at home? What are you doing at home? Or how can you work out your own salvation with fear and trembling? Working out your own salvation is, you got to read, you got to study, you know, you got to fast, you got to do, this is an individual thing. You see, you got to pray, you got to develop a relationship with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You know, and how do you do that? By calling upon the names. When he gets you up out of certain situations, you give him thanks, you know. I'm not fasting for another brother to get a spiritual increase. I'm fasting so I can get a spiritual increase. You know, I'm giving charity so my sins can be forgiven. I'm not giving charity money and tithes for another man sins to be forgiven. He has to do that on his own. You know, you gotta do that on your own, man. Now we encourage brothers and, you know, show them scriptures. Hey, this is why we have to do these things, right? So we can get our sins forgiven. Brotherly love, you know, treating the brother how you want to be treated, and, you know, things like that. But you have to do that. That's an individual thing. You know, you got to want to help a brother. You got to want to pray to the Lord. You got to want to fast for Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, abstaining from your appetites and things like that. You know, that ain't going to do nothing for what I'm doing for me. Ain't going to do nothing for the next man. You know? What the apostles is doing for themselves ain't doing nothing for me. You know, as far as individual praying and studying, and, you know, when, you know, demons mess with their minds, because, you know, we all got our own individual weaknesses and strengths. So Satan plays on our, you know, whatever weakness we may have in the flesh. You know, you love your woman so much, you know, he may take her. She may give you an ultimatum, me or the truth. You got to fight that. Okay, I choose the truth. That's your own individual fight, you know? So that's what it means by working out your own salvation. You gotta want to go out there and teach. Ain't no man should have to tell you, hey, go outside on the highways and byways, man. No. Ain't nobody gotta tell me to go out there and teach. I'm gonna go out there and prophesy for Yahweh Hashem Shai. You know? So don't get caught up in this buddy, and you know, brothers come in a wolf pack, so to speak. It'd be 4 brothers that come in at a time. Hell, them 4 brothers may know each other outside the world, you know? But then one guy gets to fucking up and getting rebuked, and now you feel some type of way because he getting rebuked and stuff, you know? He getting rebuked for his wickedness, but you doing good, you know, for Yahweh Shema Shai. Salakia. God damn. You doing your best for Yahweh Shema Shai, doing your work, but another man ain't doing his due diligence, you know? And when he get kicked out, you feel some type of way. You know? No. He did what he did on his own. He didn't give diligence to make his calling. It says give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. You see what I'm saying? I'm not giving diligence to make nobody else calling and election sure, man. It says to do your own work, right? Let me get that. Where is that? 1 Thessalonians 4:11. Let me get that precept. I gotta get off. I done went the wrong fucking way. 1 Thessalonians. It was the spirit, man's the ones of the Lord. Gotta get off on find the one. God damn, Joe. Bear with me, bear with me. Boom. Get off on this one. Okay, excuse me, let me get the precept. I just gotta make sure I don't get off on the wrong stop this time. There we go. Let's say 1 Thessalonians 4:11. This is 1 Thessalonians 4:11. It says, and that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded you. Okay? So you got to do your own business, man. Okay? You got to do this for Yahweh Shema Shai for yourself, man. Your own business, your own studying, your own research. When I go buy books and study, that's the information that I'm getting to edify Yahweh Shema Shai's flock. You know, any other brothers that study and do their own personal research to, you know, to better themselves through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, and you know, that the Lord wants you to do that. You know, you got to do your own study, because you guess what? You can't become a mockingbird. You see, here it is for the last 7 years. You just been regurgitating things you done seen brothers say, man, without actually looking it up yourself. You know, you kind of had a situation like that months ago in the camp. You know, just brothers just regurgitating the shit. And you did you look it up yourself? Okay, what year? What was a key person in that time? Jake don't know, because they only hearing, you know, regurgitating things that they heard another brother say for the last couple of years, man, without doing their own study. No, man. It says give diligence to make thine election sure. It says do your own study, your own business. Okay, you got to get personal with this, man. You know, I'm going through my own fight, whether it's family, rib, my own personal demons, and whatever it may be. I'm doing this for Yahweh Shema Shai, but I'm doing it for myself, man. I want the Lord to look down upon me as I'm fighting through. You know, I want to hear my good and faithful servant. You know, this is an individual thing, man. This is an individual work. Just like with the Passover, this is individual, man. Because guess what? I got to eat the Passover, right? Now, Corinthians, I believe it's 2 Corinthians 11, you know, where it says, on eating this thing worthily. So that's how you know this is. I got my own plate. All right, I got my own veggies. I got my own steak. You know, this is my plate. Now I gotta, I gotta be mindful on how I eat this plate. How I sit down to the table. You know, if I can't eat too much meat, I'm not gonna eat. If this brother eating a lot of meat, and I'm looking over trying to worry about what's on his plate, and I can choke on the meat, man. Maybe I'm not ready for all that meat. Maybe I need to stick to the veggies for a certain period of time, you know. Drink the milk, you know, suck on that titty, you know, build up my teeth, strengthen my teeth, so then I can chew the meat, you know. You can't come into this thing looking at other men. You're your own pace, all right? Remember that, your own pace, man. You looking at another man or how much knowledge he has, and then this guy falls. Then what? You know, you so stuck on the things that he's done and said, you know. But hey, you got to keep going. That's why in Corinthians it speaks about that. About if your work be burned, let's say you bring a brother into the truth. You know, if your work be burned, hey, you just suffered a loss, man. But hey, your work, you know, your work is going to be accounted for, not his. Let me get that 1 Corinthians. I got those tabs in the scripture, so I'm looking for the tab. There we go. 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. It was just like this. I can drive and pull up scriptures. If you can't multitask like this, man, keep your ass on the road. You know, you can't do what another brother do. You know, you got to do what fits you. But this is 1 Corinthians. No, this is 2 Corinthians. Yeah, I gotta go to first. This is 1 Corinthians 3. And let me just get to the point. I'm going to start from 10. 1 Corinthians 3 and 10. It says, according to the grace of the Most High, which is given. Wait, I think I'm at the wrong spot. Hold on. Alright, here we go. 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter, and the 10th verse. According to the grace of the Most High, which is given unto me, as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon, thereupon. Okay? So every man got to take heed on how he builds, man. So what's on your plate? How much you can handle, how much you can take, okay? You gotta take heed on how you're coming into this thing. What's your study habits? What afflictions you're going through? What old man you gotta shave off? I'm not shaving off an old man for another brother. I'm shaving off the old man out of me so I can be perfected. Okay, I'm not trying to affect other brothers by the whatever measurement and understanding that the Lord has given me, and then I upload these videos and shows and things of that nature. And brothers, you get them comments, hey, Tawadi Yabashim Al Shai, this was edifying. I needed this. That's what I love to help build up. But after that man or woman, you know, there's sisters in this thing, that woman or man, that man or woman has to apply it now. You see? That's why Paul said what he said. He said that, you know, basically you got to do this in my absence. You know, you in, you know, good standing, so to speak, in my presence. You saying the right things, pulling out the right scriptures and things like that. But when you're alone in my absence, then that's when you get to applying things, man. You know? So that's why every man's work will be accounted for himself. Okay? So it says, verse 11, for other foundations can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahushua HaMashiach. Verse 12, now if any man build upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, wood cleared. Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it. So every man's work shall be manifest, meaning what? What you've been through in this truth, the fighting that you did, is going to show forth in the end. Okay? If you that gold, you're going to be that gold. You done went through it, you done went through a lot, but you held fast, you held your integrity, you stayed faithful, you didn't take the charagma, you know. You didn't bitch up in the end, you didn't make haste, you waited patiently for Yahweh Hashem El Shai. It says, every man's work shall be made manifest. Corinthians, the 3rd chapter and the 13th verse. It says, every godly, to him that soweth sparingly, and then to him that soweth damn, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but basically when you sow sparingly, which is partially, and then I forgot the other way it goes, but what you put into this truth is what you're gonna get up out of it. You know, you study, you're reading, you're researching what comes forth from that. You study here and there whenever you want to. You upload a video here and there whenever you want to. You a nigga on a couple of days, and then you an Israelite on a couple of days. You know, that lukewarm shit. Lord ain't looking for lukewarm. But that's that own individual man. You gotta be hot. Each individual man has to be hot. If you lukewarm, you're gonna fizzle out. You know, if you're cold, the Lord just gonna kick your ass up out of here, man. So it says, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. And that's the pressure that we go through. That's the water on the left, the fire on the right, the water on the left. You know? So verse 14, if any man's work abide, okay, meaning any man's work, meaning, you know, you begin to get fruit, which has built upon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire. You see that? It says he himself will be saved, man. Okay? So you have men that's next to you and they end up fizzling out because they couldn't take the heat in the kitchen. Well, that's their loss. You know? They're not going to make it. But as far as you yourself, if you keep going and you keep fighting, you keep praying, you keep fasting, you keep giving your own due diligence for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, okay? Enduring hardness as a good soldier, you're going to be saved, man. Okay? You're going to be saved. Yahweh Ratazah, you do the necessary steps in this truth. You go through the fire. You being meat for the master's use. Okay, that's in Timothy. 2 Timothy. Okay? 2 Timothy 2:20. Alright? If a man purge himself of these things, okay, wood, haste, you know, the wood, the fire, the silver, so on and so forth, you know, the Lord can use you. A vessel unto honor and a vessel unto dishonor. So you want to be that vessel unto honor, you know, by fighting, by enduring, you know. The scripture speaks about Yahweh Shai chastising those that he loved. So when you get chastised in this truth, it's because the Lord loves you, but ultimately to strengthen you. It ain't because he hates you. You're getting chastised because know? Because the Lord sees something in you that will be beneficial for him. It says meat for the master's use, you know? So this is an individual work document. And sisters, you sisters out there that's, you know, without a husband, you know, you got to fight. You know, you're fighting for Yahweh Shem Shai for yourself. You know, if you were doing wickedness and, you know, playing the harlot before the truth, well, you can't do it no more. You got to contain those urges, you know, contain that flesh. Or whatever you was doing. If you was in Christianity, if you was in Islam, you know, we all fighting for, you know, we all fighting individually, man. You know, we all want to get to the, you know, it's multiple ways to the destination, so to speak. Well, we all, I ain't gonna say that there's not multiple ways to the destination. There's individual paths that leads up to the same destination. That's how I should say it. We all go through our own individual fight, our own individual struggle, okay, to get to that, that one destination. You know, it's like each man was fighting for that penny. So in the process of fighting for that penny, we're all going to go through our own individual thing, man. You know? Yeah. This is an individual fight. This ain't everybody to the kingdom, man. Nope. One man. Okay? So, Lord willing, that was edifying. You know what I'm saying? It was just some things that I had on my mind on this Passover. Is that, look, man, this is you doing this for yourself, man. You know, I'm going through this hell, hey, because certain brothers with infirmities, right? Do another man feel your infirmities? No. I got my own infirmities. My back fucked up, my leg fucked up, I'm in pain and this and that. Can't no man feel that. That's for me. You know? Whatever I did wrong, whatever, you know. So I gotta fight that and pray to Yahweh Shem Shai that he either relieves it up off of me permanently or he just give me the spirit to deal with it. And a lot of times when it comes to infirmities, the Lord just give you the spirit to just deal with it. You know? For more faith and more humility. You know? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I ain't wanna go too long, but it look like I'm pushing 40 minutes. Damn. But time went past kind of fast, but Lord willing, this is edifying, man. Hey, all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, by Shem HaKadosh Baruch Thumb. Give honor to my apostles, great millstone, and citations that I can, on the 4 points of Christian truth and our sincerity, love, diligence, respect, fear, and trembling, above and ball, shalom. May the Lord bless your Pesach this evening.